Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday 134. What is an old soul? Question. Every now and again, I hear people refer to me as an old soul. What does it mean to be an old soul? Are there new souls as well? Lovely question. I love this question. It's so much fun. So we're talking about the spiritual evolution on a soul level. And we're talking about humans in relation to materiality, physicality. Because in reality, there isn't any... there's no time and there's no space in the truth of the reality. So when a person becomes enlightened, they get enlightened to this non-time and non-space, and they see that it's all me everywhere, and there is no evolution on that level. It's just me all the time, throughout all the times, past, present, and future. But on the level of relating as a human being, as a soul, in the world of physicality, there are 3 levels of evolution. And the first one is called a new soul. And what is a new soul? Just for the sake of trying to understand something, I'll say that a new soul is like a puppy dog. And you know what a puppy dog is like when they are full of energy. They have no sense of boundaries. They just bang into things. They tear up your slippers. They bark. They damage things. So the thing about a new soul is that you've just come from this expanded dimension of infiniteness. And now you're on earth. You're in a new little body, and you don't know what boundaries are. You've never been here before. You've never experienced, and you've never stretched yourself to how to be on earth and be limitless at the same time. So you're bringing this kind of experience of limitlessness, and you're in a constricted world. So what happens is when all of us are living here on earth, these new souls are like, they don't understand that their behaviors affect other people. They're kind of selfish. They're in their ego. It's all about survival and getting ahead and power and manipulation, and the ego is running the show for the new soul. They don't know what it's like to live with others in harmony. So it's a competitive sense, and they're destructive. They're the ones that create the wars. They're the ones that create pain and suffering for other people. They're the perpetrators, mostly. I mean, they can show up like that. So a new soul is kind of ignorant of their true self in harmony with others. They don't get others. It's all about them. And so they create suffering for themselves and for others. Okay, so that's the new soul. And there's all these levels in between as well. So I'm just going to make it really simple. There's another level called, I call it the middle level, like a middle soul, like a young soul. So there's a new soul, and then say a young adult. And I call these the activists. So the activists, these souls, these middle-aged souls, have already been a new soul, and now they're on the other end. They are experiencing the pain coming from the new souls. So they are now trying to right the world. So where they were once a new soul and they've experienced what it's like now to be on the other side, where new souls are damaging them or hurting them or creating mess in the world, they want to turn things around. They want to make everything right. They want to create harmony. But they're looking for the answers on the outside. So they're middle-aged. They're trying to get create right with the perpetrators of the world. And they may not understand that they were once the perpetrators. So on a deep level, they might be trying to clean up their karma. Like once they did all those things, they received the results of it, now they're going to get back at the world or at those bad people who are doing damage and try to create right. So the activists. So that's the middle-aged. The third level is the old soul. And the old soul is the yogi type. They kind of been through it all. They've been the new soul. They've destroyed and been destructive. They have been the recipient of the perpetrators, and they've been hurt and harmed and manipulated and whatever. They've tried to make everything better in the world. So you just think in incarnations, like several thousands of incarnations of work and this stuff out. And so after a while, the old soul realizes that the answers are not on the outside to create harmony. Yes, we want harmony, but where is that harmony? They realize that the harmony is on the inside, on the level of consciousness, not on the level of physicality. So the old soul are the meditators. They meditate and they teach their wisdoms, or they spread their wisdom. They talk to people and they tell people, or they train people or teach people that you can't solve it on the outside on physicality because everything's changing all the time. So you can't control it there. But what you can control is watching your own mind and how your own mind creates illusions. And so if you can break through all those illusions, you can actually find peace and harmony. And so they teach individuals how to reach that state of peace and harmony without having to do anything on the outside. And so it's about meditation, about understanding, transforming your consciousness, and learning a more yoga lifestyle in harmony with others, and that you see others as your own self. And so an old soul is very sensitive to others and loving others or seeing others as the highest existence. So old souls actually kind of got the wisdom. And so there's different levels of old souls, so a lot of us are still doing our work, and we still get caught up and all of that. But the intention now is that I know that the answer is not outside. I'm disillusioned with the external world. I am more interested in evolving my own consciousness so that I can experience bliss no matter what is going on the outside. If the world is falling apart, I still get to experience the bliss of oneness. And when I talk to others, I spread that bliss of oneness to others. We radiate it so that the world becomes peaceful and aware and conscious because of this truth that we talk about and we spread. And so that's great that you're an old soul, and may you continue on your path of evolving consciousness within yourself and spreading that consciousness to all others. And that's it for today's Wisdom Wednesday, and I'll see you next Wisdom Wednesday. Bye for now.